The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. I be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one, as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth.
Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same.
And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I marked the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back.
I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the less one travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So this poem itself is a big metaphor, and it represents the choices we make in our lives, or the most important choice. In the first line of the first stanza, the poet says, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And it means that the yellow wood is our life, and two roads represent the choices we have to make, and we can only choose one road, and we can only make one choice, so they're connected in that way.
So, the imagery in this poem is used to describe the yellow wood and the two roads, which are, our life and the choices that we make. So, this means that the imagery in this poem is actually used to support the whole metaphor. As we said before, the first line of imagery that we see in the poem is the first line, which is two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and it makes us visualize the choice, the two paths. And the second line of imagery that we see in the poem is the last line of the first stanza, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So in this line, he is looking down one road, and this road is the one that he's not taking. So he's looking down the road, and then he can't see where it goes. He just sees that it bends in the undergrowth. So he can't see the end of the path, which connects to the choice. The choices in the choices that we make in our lives, we can't see the end. We can't see how things are going to turn out. We have to either guess or we have to see how things turn out. So this again supports the metaphor.
And in the second stanza, the poet takes the other road, actually doesn't take it, but looks at the beginning of the road, and to see the difference. And he realizes that the other road is grassy and it wants it wants maintenance, and it is very old. And that line is the third imagery we see in the poem, because it was grassy and wanted wear. So he describes the second road, and he makes us visualize it.
The other examples of the imagery we see in the poem are the lines, "In leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I marked the first for another day." In these lines, he is again talking about the roads. He is describing the roads. So in these lines, he means that he's actually making the choice. He hasn't made a choice and then came back and then went on another choice again. No, he's marking the first for another day, which means in his life, he is making this choice for the first time, and so it is in a sense a fresh choice. He is so the image of a road which has just been stepped on. It is again describing the choice. And in the last stanza, this is the final, imagery in the poem. It is again repeating the first line, two roads diverged in a wood. And this again, the poem finishes with the image of the choice that we are making in our life. So it's going back to the beginning. And he's taking the one that is less traveled by, and then he says it has made all the difference. So he's connecting to the choices that we make. So yes.
And also there's a repetition. Two roads diverge in a wood, and in the last stanza he turns back to the main idea, sort of. and that's it.